Welcome, CourseCREEK video blog viewers. Today, I have someone really super interesting that I want to introduce you to, that we're super proud of. This is James Bauer, and James is our client at CourseCREEK. And James has a wonderful, well, he's a professor and a brilliant genius gentleman on many aspects. Jim, I want you to sort of brag about yourself here very quickly as I get done with my introduction. But other than that, he also did a course with us, and the course is found at CafeBible.com. CafeBible.com. Yeah, it's got sort of a Christian theme to it, but not like any other Christian course or teaching you've ever seen before. And I'll just let Jim tell us a little bit more about that. So I give to you Jim Bauer from CafeBible.
Great. It's great to be here today, Robert. Thank you. At CafeBible, we're helping people learn about the Bible without the trappings of religion. So the Bible is the most influential book in human history, but yet many people don't know much about it at all. And when they try to learn something about it, they're confronted usually with an agenda where they're told to believe something in particular or do something in particular, or they're very focused specifically on devotional or religious aspects. I have founded CafeBible to give you a different perspective, one free from all the typical constraints. Another approach online would be the academic side, where people have to pay a lot of money and have a lot of pressure to get that course grade. Here's something much more affordable and, again, free of pressure, free of having to turn in an assignment on time, free of having to impress somebody to get your grade.
That's cool. So, Jim, let's do this. What you seem to be offering, and folks, I've seen the course and the content. I was there on the front lines with him, helping him create it. But what you seem to be saying is the Bible, this great historical literary work, has value, and there's lessons to be learned. And let's dive deep on that, and let's embrace that fully. Maybe without the level of faith, maybe sometimes that we're asked to give. In order to believe, can you believe in the teachings and not believe in other things? Just curious. That's
right.
For me, but is that sort of am I on the right path here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So we want people of all walks of life, people who are believers, maybe with a faith already, people who are unbelievers, atheists or agnostics, people who believe anything or don't believe anything. We want to be completely welcoming without, again, those expectations that other places might have.
Yeah, that's refreshing, it seems.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, tell us about your course. Share with folks, a lot of people that are watching this show are thinking about making the time and the investment on building a course, and let's not, let's let them have it. I mean, it's a lot of work, isn't it? And
yeah,
the big commitment. But the payoff can be pretty nice once you get up and running and you have a following and leverage and all that jazz. But tell these folks a little bit about the online course process. Who were you before you went in? And who are you today now that you're done with your course? What did you learn? What were some mistakes that you maybe happened along the way that you could share with other folks? Just tell us a little bit about your journey as an online course creator.
So I had 2 decades of college teaching experience, and that in some ways prepared me for this experience. And COVID did, since I was forced online with Zoom, but it wasn't enough preparation. So as you said, hard work and dedication became extremely important. And I learned quickly that it can't really be done alone. So I came into this with just a very superficial idea of what I wanted to do with the course. And over the course of months, working with the CourseCREEK team, we bounced ideas back and forth off each other, and they began to shape my vision also. I still retained the core of my vision, but eventually it became bigger and better than I ever thought it would. And going through the process, I was really slow at first with everything, writing content and then recording content. And being forced to move along with a group helped me get that process down to now where it's rather efficient. I'm much more professional and do things much more quickly than I did before. So it has been a process. It's a journey. I am still learning. I'm still going forward, but dedication and a team to help guide me played a big role in all that.
Yeah, you've come a long way. I wouldn't say that you were totally techless, but you certainly needed help. Most clients do early on. The one thing that's really great about working with many things were great about working with you, Jim, but one thing related is that you just kept going. Like you just kept going, and you were very coachable, by the way. Thank you for being very coachable and teachable and allowing us to guide you on your journey to become the hero. So anyways, it's been very cool. So tell people about, what makes the course different though? Let's talk about that too. Like, why is it, what was I talking about early on about being unlike any Christian course that might already be out there?
Yeah.
What did you do that made it fun?
So for starters, the first course in CafeBible is Project Genesis, which I've broken down into 2 parts. So a lot of the times, if you get the stuff on other courses, it's going to be either very broad overviews or picking and choosing very particular things to further the agenda that I keep talking about. And so I start at the very beginning, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, so that we can take a look at the entire book of Genesis and hopefully the entire books of the Bible by the time we're done. So it's going to be very comprehensive. And also, I'd already mentioned it being welcoming. We want people to be able to voice their opinions when they join the CafeBible community, which is a part of the course. We want you to keep thinking. We want you to look at this thing with fresh eyes if you've ever seen it before. One of the biggest tips I might have for Bible learners is ignore everything you've heard or been taught about the Bible before. Read it as if it's for the first time. Then you can get ideas that maybe you thought were crazy or you were shocked to find that are in there.
Yeah.
The Bible's thousands of years ago, so the cultures were very, very different.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it'll still be a bit shocking and produce a sense of amazement, and that you can keep moving forward with that at your own pace, in your own way, coming to your own thoughts.
Jim, that's lovely. But is it safe for me to say that there's a pinch of humor? Like every time I poke my nose into your content to review the camera work and that sort of thing, I saw these really fun, sometimes funny looking backgrounds and things that sort of went with the theme that you were talking about. And just your disposition is a bit, there's something kind of sarcastic about you a little bit in your delivery, which I think makes it special.
Yeah, and that was tough to strike the balance. And as you work through, the students go through video after video, you'll see me trying to get comfortable with that approach. Because there is a level of sarcasm, but that's because the Bible is funny, or at least it should be. Sometimes the writers intended it to be humorous. Sometimes they didn't, but it's still funny. So for instance, we talk about the story of Noah and the flood, where God very early on says, wow, I hate everything about what I've made here. So I'm going to destroy it all, except that Noah, he's pretty cool. I'll save him. And so we go through this whole process with the ark, and a few people and some animals are saved. The whole world's brutally destroyed and devastated. And then it's all done, and God says, hey, well, that wasn't too good. So I'm going to put a pretty rainbow in the sky and everything will be okay. And so what I have to try to show the horrific nature of it with a little bit of humor, an image that I'm so happy with is a drowning giraffe. And the idea that this creature with a tall neck can barely have its head above water, and it's struggling and dying and drowning, gruesome, but also entertaining. So throughout, I still try to have a respect for the material, but I'm also trying to be edgy with it. It may offend some people, but I'm hoping it will at least engage, even if people don't find it quite funny, or if they find it maybe too lighthearted and maybe not serious enough. So that's an approach, and video to video, it changes as I try to relax and do different things.
Hello, I want to talk to you real quickly about a learning management system that CourseCREEK recommends quite often. It's called LearnWorlds. You have the opportunity on LearnWorlds to license your content to large organizations. LearnWorlds has design templates that look beautiful, fluid, and silky to the eye. You can give your students badges and seals and do a lot of fun things to encourage them to keep moving on. So if you're looking for a great learning management system, we do recommend LearnWorlds, and of course, we can help you put it together and get it on its feet. Thank you. I wanted to get that in there. Thank you. That was sort of the answer I was looking for. But yeah, it's cool, and it's brave. It's brave. It's a brave thing to do, I think, as well. Yeah.
And another thing you should be aware of, the Bible sometimes being presented so boringly. There's so much sex and violence and drama throughout. And I do try to highlight that, which isn't hard to do because it's in there. So that's part of the edginess and humor too. It's not quite rated R, but maybe at times when we look at the materials. So
Mhm.
those are the sort of topics that you might miss at Sunday school or your devotional classes online. We take a deep look at that sort of fun and yet uncomfortable stuff also.
Oh, that's interesting. So let's talk about people that are practicing Christians, practicing Bible readers, or people that are not, but might benefit from that and want to get access to that. What are common pain points they have? So, in other words, every day on your inbox, every day in my inbox, we get emails that come in from people that are interested in purchasing our courses. And I can tell you there's 5 questions that I've been seeing for the last 25 years, more than any other question. And I know you have a similar experience. And that's the nature of this question that I'm asking you is, what is that? What are the top 2 or 3 pain points or concerns that people have that might benefit from your course that you hear commonly?
So when you mention people of faith, if they can come in with an open mind, they might be able to say, wow, I never thought of it that way before, or wow, the way I'm teaching the Bible may really be turning people off and turning them away from listening to me. So maybe for people of faith, getting a wider perspective and a wider voice. For those who have no faith, who are just intrigued about the Bible and really want to learn about it, the pain points as we come back around to it are again agendas. You have people saying this is the way to do things. This is the way you have to vote. This is the way you have to believe. Everyone else is wrong. And so the biggest pain point is I'm afraid of the Bible. It has negative connotations with the way it controls people's lives. And so I'm trying to move away from any thoughts of either rigorous, boring biblical academics or any sense of judgment where people might have felt condemned or they saw a friend being condemned and beat down by the Bible. Those are the pain points, and I'm trying to then eliminate those and say, we will not try to get you to do something or believe something or to vote in any particular sort of way. We will simply take a look at the book as it is. On the flip side, if you go to some other sites, it's just about hating the Bible. And so people try to get a more open-minded view, but all people want to do is attack the material and say how much damage it's done to them or to others. So we're hoping to say, hey, all that's in there and we welcome all of you, but we're going to try to give it a good, fun, honest look and move past those points that really turn off and keep people from studying the Bible.
Cool. What's your story? What is what we call your hero story? We all have one. I mean, any of us that have been on several orbits around the sun, we've got rags to riches, adversity stories where you sort of rise like a phoenix out of nothing and became a success. And I'm going to ask you to be vulnerable a little bit and share something with our viewers that would be inspiring.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we get to do this again in about a year and see where this story goes. I wouldn't say a hero story, but I would say a relatable story.
Okay.
So I flunked out of Bible college when I first went there after my second year. And that was tough. And I thought about giving up on all of education even right then. But I moved on and I got several college degrees, eventually got my dream job, started off part-time teaching humanities at a community college. And after what was at times a very grueling process, I eventually became tenured faculty and pretty much thought I was set for the rest of my career. And then 2 years ago, due to severe budget cuts, I was let go and I was devastated. Dream job gone, financial security, which I'd worked for decades to get, gone. No idea what I was going to do with my future since these teaching jobs are very hard to find in my field. It took me a year of spinning my wheels before I settled on trying course creation. And the more and more I got into it, the more I realized I could still teach and I could teach better than ever. I didn't have to worry about administrators and reviews and constraints and all the other pain that goes along with having to work for a formal institution of any sort, and certainly academics. And so I went from feeling rock bottom that I maybe would never have a job I liked again to moving forward in my career as an educator. And I'm hoping that in a few years, by the time I retire, I'll say losing that job was the best thing that ever happened to me. I still teach part-time at a college, but I'm having a lot more fun now. And I think I'm reaching a much bigger audience. And it's been great. And I never would have imagined this 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's a nice recovery if you're a teacher, isn't it? It's true. I've been teaching in this format for 30 years. I've never worked for an institution, not to say that I'm not open to it, but never had a need to ask for it.
Yeah.
I've been out just doing it my way through courses, and it's been successful. So we're going to stand by your side, Jim. By the way, we're going to help you take this thing as far as we can possibly take it, and then further.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a cool story.
So obviously life isn't just about religion. So I'm hoping this can be expanded beyond the topic we're talking about right now. But you cannot escape the topic of religion right now. If you're watching the news, it's dominating across the board, political talk, religion shaping our nation. And if you don't watch the news, somebody might be coming to your door saying, here, read this verse and come to our church service or come to this activity. And you might be uncomfortable with somebody doing that. Many people hate it. Or maybe your Uncle Jerry, every time you talk to him, might be saying, hey, you have got to give your life over to God. You've got to read the Bible and pray every day. I want to save your soul. I want to stop you from living in sin. Or on the flip side, you might have cousin Susan coming and saying, what a waste of time religion is. It's terrible. It's ruining life. It's ruining society. I wish Uncle Jerry would shut up about it. So here you have a chance, with my course or not, to study, to learn from yourself. And the next time you are watching a news show or reading an article or talking with that person at your door or talking to your relatives about the topic of religion, you can now talk about it in an intelligent fashion. You can truly engage and discover. I say keep learning no matter what it's about. Book of Genesis with me so far, and any other topic that is really pressing on your life, impacting you. Dig into it, study, ignore what people are trying to force you to think about it. Open your mind, dig in, do it for yourself. Keep thinking, keep learning.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's great. Thank you, Jim. I think your interview has had a lot of wisdom and a lot of curiosity behind what you're doing. I want to invite people to go check it out. Go to CafeBible.com. CafeBible.com. You'll see Jim's course there. And if anybody's interested in doing an online course or cohorts or marketing for eLearning solutions, we'd be more than happy to help you. I'm Robert Lunte, CEO of CourseCREEK. Course as an online course, Creek as in a little river that can keep on growing. All right. So thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Jim.
And
Thank you.
Robert, I want the listeners to know that I am still excited about this journey. It's ongoing, still with the CourseCREEK team, still working to move forward every day. And I am more excited than ever now. So great to be with CourseCREEK. Great to be here today for this talk.
Thank you, Jim, for that extra shout out. And once you sort of learn, you get into it and you realize really all that can be done and all that's going on, the what originally started as a big vision gets even bigger when it comes to this kind of work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Okay. Let's let people go. Thanks again, Jim. And
all right,
for watching our show.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.